Alright, so UFC 307 is Saturday, right? And this, I guess, will be my prediction, my thoughts, because this card makes no sense to me. And before we get into it, I'm gonna say my spiel here. If you like the content, all I ask is subscribe. It helps the channel a lot. We've been gaining a lot more traction lately. Uh, I don't know. I I love MMA. I watch nearly every promotion. I'm on this shit most of my day. But yeah, uh, I cover basically everything, anyways. So with UFC 307, it is clear, similar to Madison Square Garden last year, that the original plan fell apart for this card. So Alex Pereira stepped in, and okay, I want to tackle this before I even get into it. Um, the whole Ankalaev thing. I believe that the UFC doesn't have a choice if Ankalaev wins against Rakic. Because personally, I don't believe that this whole Dricus and Pereira thing will happen. Like, go over to Shara. I read came out about that, and he said that Alex Pereira now in his transformation, ever since moving to heavyweight, like his muscle density is different. I might be wrong on that, but I don't think he should, even though I think that would be a fun fight. But getting to UFC 307, this card really was. We don't have anybody else to fight, so we're gonna have to pay for it again. And with the whole thing about Uncle Io fighting 2 weeks later, I do find that weird, but there is that thing about Uncle Ive only wanting to fight in Abu Dhabi, and I would get if Pereira didn't want to go there. He is the champion after all, and he's defended it 2 other times. Um, but anyways, oh, I'm gonna start with okay, the early prelims, right? These are so fucking weird. So, Aljamain Sterling versus Movsar Evloev, that got canceled. Aljamain's injured. They're trying to rebook that, or Aljamain wants to fight um, Diego Lopez now. That's a whole weird story I don't get. But, no. That's not the first fight of this harvest. Court McGee versus Tim Means. Yes, that 39-year-old Court McGee versus 40-year-old Tim Means. I really hope with actually some of these fights, this is just a double retirement fight. Like you want to go in Court McGee, he lost to Morano. He got knocked out by Matt Brown. He got knocked out by Jeremiah Wells. He won a decision against Ramiz Brahimaj. Won against Claudio Silva in 2021. But he's 39. like he's been in the UFC since 2010. So this fight for Court McGee better be his last, considering he got knocked out in his last fight. Tim Means, you look at him, he's 40, 1 year older. Got knocked out by Uros Medic. Knocked out Andrew Priolo. Got submitted by Alex Morano. Lost a decision to Max Griffin. Got submitted by Kevin Holland. Like, a fighter that should be retired fighting another fighter that should retire. I hope that's what this fight is. I would lean more to Tim Means because Court McGee has gotten knocked out a couple times. Like, both veterans, like I said though, makes no sense. And then Carla Esparza versus Tisha Pennington. Carla Esparza is 36, right? Well, I can't, like, Guru flip-flopped in his video. But the more I think about it, I'm flip-flopping too. Because initially I thought Tisha Pennington, originally, like I picked her to win. She lost, like the fight she's lost, arguably she won. That Mackenzie Dern decision was weird, and the Tabitha Ricci fight was also weird. Hey, I'm never doing exactly what he did, but to me, I'm gonna go with Carla Esparza just because I just think she has the tools to stick around. But again, this is a 36-year-old versus a 35-year-old. If I told you about Court McGee and Tim Means 6 years ago, that would have been an interesting fight. With Tisha Pennington and Carla Esparza, this would have been an interesting fight 7 years ago. They only get worse. Guess who's after that? Ryan's Fan versus Owens St. Peru. Yeah. I had no idea he was still fighting. I guess he fought in March. Never mind. But, 41-year-old Owens St. Peru. Who won against Kennedy, not even gonna pronounce his last name. Then he got knocked out in the first round by Felipe Lins. Then he won a decision in 2022 against Mauricio Shogun Rua. Yeah, that's Shogun Rua. The Shogun Rua that John Jones won the light heavyweight title from over a decade ago, I think. This card just gets more and more confusing as you go through the fights, right? Cesar Almeida versus Ihor Porteria. To be honest, I thought Cesar Almeida got completely exposed in his last fight. I think he fought for Terry. Even though I'm pronouncing the name wrong, I think he has it. Younger. You look at him. He got submitted by Michelle Pereira. Like, see, this guy's shit too. Well, like, see, I'm trying to give information, and I'm trying to make this look like an interesting card. But, like, the more you go through the fights, well, like, the more it makes no sense. My prediction for this fight, Cesar Almeida, even though I thought he had potential before his last fight, but he got fucking exposed completely by I forgot his name. Roman Kopolov, yeah. Like, now don't worry, it gets better. Next we have Austin Hubert versus Alexander Hernandez. Alexander Hernandez, who lost a decision to Damon Jackson, lost a decision to Bill Algeo. He beat Jim Miller. Wow. Beating Jim Miller in 2023. Good name on your record in 2023. In 2022, what did he do? Lost to Billy Quarantillo. And lost to Renato Moicano. Man. Such a compelling fight. Both 32. I'll go Alexander Hernandez. Maybe he gets a win streak going. What? I'm a UFC fan, right? I've been watching this sport for years. Well, holy shit. These cards back to back, oh my god. They are unstoppable. But we do have good cards coming up. Don't get me wrong. Taforia next Holloway, that card stacked to shit. And then MSG, holy shit, I'm hyped for those. But let's move on to Marino Rodriguez versus Asman Rosendo. This is the fight we've all been waiting for. Marino Rodriguez coming off a defeat to Jessica Andrade by decision. She knocked out Michelle Robertson Gomez. Okay. And then she knocked out Amanda Lemos. You look at Lucindo, right? She beat Carolina. Not even gonna try and pronounce that name, but dude, I don't care. I'm sorry. Of any fight, this is the least interesting one to me. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know a fucking thing about either of these two. But after that, the main fight of the preliminary card, Stephen Thompson versus Joaquin Buckley. Okay, if you guys have watched me for a few months, I'm a walking Buckley fan, right? I think him at welterweight is incredible. Like, he's a young fighter, he's only 30. He riles up the MMA fan base. He has a beef with Daniel Cormier. He's beefing with everybody. A win over a win over Thompson. We'll get into that. But his last fight versus Nursultan Roosevelt, he dominated that fight. He dominated the grappling, striking. Um, I had over double total strikes, nearly triple the significant strikes. Landed 4 takedowns. Completely dominated a massive. Um, well, he wasn't a grappler, but like a massive European dude, essentially. Well, like a win over Stephen Thompson, it's a good win on his record, right? Like Stephen Thompson, he was a title challenger, right? He fought Tyrone Woodley. Um, yeah, he had a draw with Tyrone Woodley for the welterweight title in 2016. Okay, well, before I get into this, I love Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. I think he's a phenomenal fighter. I love his YouTube channel, right? But the guy is 41. Like Walking Buckley is one of the brightest stars at welterweight, and at welterweight too. It is stacked of shit. You have Ian Gary, Sean Brady, Bilal Muhammad is champion. I know, but you know he knocked out Sean Brady. Um, but yeah, like why? Like I'll go with Walking Walkway. Like it could be a fun fight. Don't get me wrong, but I think Walking's a younger fighter. I like he's one of like my favorite up and coming fighters. But yeah, you get another fight that makes no fucking sense. Um, Now we get to the main card. We got uh, we got some pretty good fights here. Roman Dolidze versus Kevin Holland. Roman Dolidze, right? His last fight was his move up on short notice, if I'm not mistaken, against oh my god, Anthony Smith in June, which was UFC 303, when Alex Pereira last fought. He looked phenomenal in that fight. Anthony Smith just didn't look good in that fight. But he looked phenomenal in that fight against Smith. And Kevin Holland, I I like him as a fighter, as a personality. I like him too. He's coming out for first round submission against Michael Oleg. Another name I won't even try and pronounce, but I just think Roman Dolidze, after the performance he had against Anthony Smith, I'm picking him to win. Nothing against Kevin Holland. I feel like he kind of will. He's kind of an up and down fighter. Like, he's so close to being like a top, like a legitimate top 10 fighter. And I could see him being like a threat for the title. I don't know, man. It's just the the taller guys from he usually struggles. Um, I don't know. I could be in the minority there. Uh, Caitlin Vieira versus Kayla Harrison. Um, I can't. I know Kayla Harrison is supposed to be a contender for the bantamweight title. After I'm assuming after the fight between Pennington and Pena, I'm gonna pick Kayla Harrison. Um, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't give a shit about this fight either. Well, like I know Kayla Harrison did whatever she did in the PFL. She's a part of Dominance, but like I don't give a shit. Uh, this fight though, I do like Jose Aldo versus Mario Batista. This is a fun fight. Obviously, like, if if you're a fan of martial arts, I'm pretty sure you're a fan of all of them. Like, for newer fans, you probably know Aldo by getting knocked out by Conor McGregor. But before he got knocked out by Conor McGregor, he was an animal, dude. Um, but with Mario Batista, he's coming off with a decision win against Ricky Simone, uh, a decision win against Jamal Blackshear, a first round submission against Guido Canetti. But like, I don't know. This fight, I feel, is really fun. Like when I heard this got announced, like something about Mario Batista to me, I feel could bring out the best in Jose Aldo, and Jose Aldo being nearly 40, in bantamweight, I am very curious about how he can do it. Like I know he's already in the Hall of Fame. He sort of retired there, but now he's back. But like, he did pretty well against Marab. Like if I'm not wrong, he defended 16 takedowns against Marab, who now, sadly, is the bantamweight champion. Beat Rob Font, beat Pedro Munoz, beat Marlon Vera, got knocked out by Piotr Jan. But this fight to me is really fun. I'm going with Jose Aldo. Just because it's Jose Aldo. I don't care. Fight me. I think he looks really good at bantamweight though. Like when he originally made the move, I was very concerned that with Dillashaw when he went down to flyweight and with most people that are weaker they get knocked out. Well, Jose Aldo looks lighter and more powerful at 135. I don't know. I can't wait for that fight. Raquel Pennington versus Julia Pena. Okay. Here's the thing about Juliana Pena, right? And I mean no disrespect to a world-class martial artist. But her win against Amanda Nunes was like, I question it, right? Because, obviously she made Amanda Nunes tap, which having a win against Amanda Nunes is monumental, right? But then in the trilogy, or in the fight that was supposed to happen, because I forgot, the trilogy never happened. Like, I believe that the second fight displayed everything we thought originally in the first fight. The strikes were even, but Amanda Nunes was landing the bigger shots. She took down Pena 6 times. She went for a submission. She got 3 knockdowns. Like, she demolished Pena in that fight. Now, I am not saying Raquel Pennington is Amanda Nunes, but I just feel like in the fight, in the second fight with Amanda Nunes, I just felt like the game plan to beat Pena was very clear. I think if Pennington can mix up her strikes, grapple effectively, I think she can pull out a decision. Like, looking at her, like, her last submission was in 2021. Maybe she does it. But I'm gonna keep it real with you. It's a woman fight. Amanda Nunes, Valentina Shevchenko, and like a handful of women fighters usually put on entertaining women fights, but I don't know. I'll go with Raquel Pennington, but no, like, I don't care about most of these fights. But now we're to the main event, and with the main event, right? Khalil Roundtree is a Muay Thai fighter. He's a striker. He's never shot for a takedown in his career. And he stated in every interview he has done that he does not plan to grapple with Pereira, which I think is stupid. I think Pereira will knock out Khalil within the first or second round. I wouldn't be shocked, though, if Pereira mixed in his own grappling, whether it be his own Muay Thai to prove a point against one of the best Muay Thai fighters, or if he himself shot for his own takedown. Because I know training camp is much different than what goes on in the cage. But the thing I always say about Pereira is that when you look at his rise to the UFC, he came in, shot to the top, became a massive star, knocked out, TKO'd Izzy, lost to Izzy, got that lightweight title, and ever since then, he's been a monumental star. In this fight, he has the potential to set the record for the fastest fighter to 3 title defenses, beating out Ronda Rousey. And he is doing it by, what's the number again? Hold up. I made a short earlier, and I realized how long this video is. I'm gonna just bring up this point, and come on. So, with a win over Roundtree, he would have 3 defenses in 175 days, which is 14 days faster than Ronda Rousey at 189. Even though Ankalaev is the fight we want to see, you cannot deny with a win over Khalil Roundtree, Alex Pereira puts himself in the conversation, if he hasn't already, of the one of the greatest martial artists of all time. But that's all I got. I'm excited for this card, even though it's very questionable. Let me know in the comments what are your picks. What do you think about this very strange card? And yeah, thanks for watching. Later.